Good morning. Happy Monday. What a beautiful day to be alive. I feel all squeaky clean this morning. I've been up and awake since like, I don't know, 11 or midnight. And it's like 3:30 in the morning now. My whole sleep schedule goes on different rotations. That's how that works. And I'm okay with that because I just live in the moment. I don't really have a set schedule. I don't have to do anything. Um, so that just kind of makes it all easier because I just kind of go with the flow and allow my life to unfold and present itself as it does. And for this, I am grateful. So I've been doing a lot more reading in Man's Higher Consciousness by Hilton Hotemas. I've been corrected. Hilton Hotemas. And I've been learning a lot more about the breath. And, this is something that I think eludes most humans. It eludes most of the doctors. When we're not feeling well, then they look at the symptoms and go through their allopathic pharmaceutical chart and prescribe some medicine that some representative has influenced them to choose and send us on our way. But what is the real problem is never really addressed. And the majority of all of our dis-ease and problems comes from air. Now, food is a big contributor because people overindulge in the water and the alcohol and the cigarettes and all these other things. But remarkably, air is poisoning us dramatically. And it's not just because we're living near a factory or working in a coal mine. This can all be happening if you just have a fire going in your house or heaters, or different air systems that can be compromised. And what happens is that we get staved of our breath, and this is what chokes us out and kills us. Now, there's so many recorded deaths that, they list the reason for death as a heart attack. But what these case studies have shown is that it's actually carbon monoxide poisoning. And because we run out of breath, they figure, well, he had a heart attack. But it's not. So what can we really do to correct these things effectively? And, the truth is we have to work hard at it. Unless we're okay with just being poisoned every day by what we consume and breathe and drink, and just are planning on a shorter life. I mean, some people are okay with that. I know before I discovered my healing powers that I was waiting to die. Quite frankly, I got to a point where my body was in so much chronic pain and that I was dealing with just so much suffering. And so I didn't care anymore. So, I ate and drank and smoked cigarettes and smoked pot and, watched a lot of movies and laid around like a lump, really kind of waiting to die. Now, that was only 3 years ago. And now, here I am 3 years later, and it's only been 6 months now, almost 6 months, that I started doing urine therapy, and it turned my life around. Now, I've learned an awful lot because I've read a lot of material, and I reread it, so I understand it more and more. And what our benefits are from drinking pee that it helps clean us out. It helps clean our system and identify problems and correct them and heal them before they get too far gone. Now that's a real benefit. Now there's all these other modalities and people use them, and and whatever is working for you is the perfect solution as far as I'm concerned. But I find that with everything else, you got to go outside a bit. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You have to be buying something, or creating something, or processing something, or whatever, to achieve a satisfactory result from the healing modalities that we're choosing. Why I like pee is it's free, and that's too easy. And why people want to complicate that is beyond me. Now, like I said, there's just so many different modalities to choose from that we can heal ourselves. But I think that urine is a cut to the chase relief mechanism. It cuts to the chase. It's fast. And that's the other thing is the fast, by reducing our intake, which, I have to be honest, I've been eating again, and I'm working at this. This is something I really like. Man, my mind will just like goof me. And so I have to keep reeling myself back in and recreating myself, which I'm okay with. It's just a process. And I didn't get this way overnight, and I'm not going to change this overnight. Certain things changed rapidly when I started drinking my pee, but I've still got such a long way to go. It's all good because, hey, now I got a longer lifetime. And so I'm really not in any hurry at this point to have to prove anything. Now, I was, I got a little aggressive and was kind of obsessive and compulsive about my modalities. And so I ran into a bit of a wall with that, but I've overcome that. I've gotten around that wall, and I feel like I'm getting a better grasp. So let's remember what we're doing when we're breathing. It's even like with coughing, okay? Now, the first thing when we get a cough, everybody wants to suppress it, when actually what the body is telling us is it wants to get rid of something. And so that's why we're coughing. It's a reflex mechanism. When we have any kind of sores or cuts or this or that, whatever's appearing on our body is our body telling us something is healing. It needs to heal. But we always run to the medicine cabinet because we don't want to feel these things. Now, that is a problem. Now, this is how you can just have a simple cold, turn to influenza, and then to a much worse condition, to where you're basically just killing yourself if you mask off the symptoms. It's just not, it's not healthy. This is how a pneumonia evolves and develops, is from not paying attention to the early warning systems that our body is giving us. So if we really, really want to heal ourselves, quit turning to the pharmaceuticals, quit taking things that suppress, take things that heal and cure, and urine is one of those things. It just is. It's a magic elixir, and it works. So if you really want to take care of yourself, I recommend get over the idea that you've got a waste product going out of you and see it as a golden elixir, the great healing agent that our body provides naturally. And it's all free. Pee is the free remedy. It is. So, entertain all the things you want to, but just remember, you can quit eating. It's okay. And you can quit drinking, and that's okay. But you can't stop breathing, because that's not okay. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work that way. So I wrote some thoughts about that, and I'm going to share those with you now, if that's okay. I trust it is. Because, well, I know it is. And this is entitled The Essence of Living. The essence of living is sustaining our breath. To eliminate this process is a sentence of death. Nothing else matters. It all becomes moot. Another obituary in a funeral suit. So cleansing the body of a lifetime of dung includes many organs, especially the lungs. They are the largest, and they filter the blood by inhaling more oxygen and exhaling the crud. As our plasma is flowing, it cleans as it goes through the liver and kidneys and the urine that flows. So drinking our urine gives our body a blast for regeneration of our bodily task. With air as our lifeline and the sun's cosmic force, I drink the pure waters from my natural source. And there it is. And this is what is being revealed in Man's Higher Consciousness by Hilton Hotemas, and in The Water of Life by John Armstrong. These two books clearly indicate that you don't need food and you don't need water if you want to survive. You can do it with air and sunshine, photosynthesis. And it was, I learned so much from Hilton Hotemas, but he doesn't even talk about urine. It's funny how that works. But he does talk about the breath and how important that is as a part of our existence. So if you haven't read these books, I highly recommend them because they are a great education. Man's Higher Consciousness by Hilton Hotemas, Water of Life by John Armstrong, and Your Own Perfect Medicine by Martha Christie, and The Human Body, the Owner's Manual Workshop book that is by allegedly Dave. They're all great reads, and they teach us a lot about our body and what we are doing with and to and for our bodies. So if you like what you see, I don't ever say this much, but hey, look, you can like and share these videos. You can subscribe. I always just kind of forget to mention these things, but I welcome you to become a subscriber and pass the love around. And so with all that being said, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. Keep your peace together and show your love to all that you can. Everybody, all the time. Just show and give your love away. Because you know what? When you go boom, you've just been loved. It feels real good. Try it sometime. You'll like it, I'm sure. Okay then. Bye-bye.